you quote Bill O'Reilly here. He said, we cannot make an argument to the secular Supreme Court that the Bible says X, Y, and Z. That's a loser all day long because we're a secular society, and that's the way the Founding Fathers wanted it to be. As you were saying, that was a pretty astonishing confession that they've ceded that point, as we mentioned earlier. But then he went on to some other serious horse crap, as you say, that totally negated O'Reilly's brief flirtation with reality. Right? He said, however, you can say the federal government has no right to redefine what a human right is in the context of a union that was actually invented by the church. I mean, you didn't have marriage before the traditional religions came in. So
almost every word of that is wrong.
Right.
I mean, literally wrong. I mean, there was marriage long before the beginning of recorded history.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Bill O'Reilly thinks it just started when Jesus was born, and then from there forward we have marriage, and that's not the case at all in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
And of course the federal government defines human rights all the time. I mean, the Bill of Rights, for God's sake,
Right.
rights are in the name Bill of Rights.
Right. 19th Amendment, Voting Rights Act, Civil Rights Act, 13th Amendment.
Yep.
You could go on, and you did. Yeah, and also you make the point that thousands of people get married outside of a religious venue all the time, and they're still married, right?
Yeah. Well, see, this is what happens, Stephanie, when you take the Bible out of their argument. It's just nonsensical flailing. I mean, that's all this is. They're just now just making stuff up. They were referencing something that was kind of made up in the first place before, but now that that's off the table, it's just we're just going to make stuff up. We rights, human rights. Who declares human rights? It can't be the government, possibly.
Right.
You know,
Well, no, we were saying that these positions now become just so sort of incomprehensible, like Marco Rubio saying, you know, being a gay isn't a choice, but if a friend of his made a choice to get married, he would go to the wedding, but he wouldn't condone it. So I'm going, wait, it's not a choice to be gay, but it's a bad choice to marry the person that you love? Like what,
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. I mean, for the last 2 months, what have we been debating? We've been debating cakes. I mean, it's all come down to cake. And what layer of participation are you going to engage in when it comes to
I don't know why, because I'm looking at Carol Burnett's daughter. I'm also now thinking about that Lily Tomlin routine. Remember the, shut up about that cake! I got to find that. We got to find that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And by the way, so Pastor Jeffress finished with our favorite slippery slope argument. If you expand the definition of marriage to two men and two women, why stop there? What if it's an absolute constitutional right? Why can't 16-year-olds get married? Why can't polygamists get married? Why can't siblings get married? Where do you stop? You know, and then Pandora's box, yada yada.
That's right, man on dog. I mean, that's weird. Always the slippery slope.
Right. Well, and as you say, same arguments they used about interracial marriage, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, all of these exact same arguments, and I think we've talked about this before, all these exact same arguments have been used going all the way back 150 years to slavery, the Civil Rights Act, Jim Crow's segregation, and the Civil Rights Act. I mean, it's all the same thing, and mixed race marriages as well. It's all the exact same arguments. Where is it going to lead? What happens next? You know, we let a black person marry a white person. What's next? The black person's going to marry a dog, or there's going to be polygamy and orgies. And I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, and they just don't. They're not self-aware enough to realize it.
Yeah.